Hey everybody, it's Lon Seib, and it's time for another unboxing. I got in a little while ago the Wyze Cam version 3. These are very inexpensive security cameras, and we've been covering this brand for a while here on the channel. And this got to me a couple of weeks ago, but they just started showing up on Amazon. So I thought I would do an unboxing today, and then later on this weekend or early next week, I will have a full review of all of this so you can see exactly how this new camera works. Now, this did come into the channel free of charge from Wyze. However, they are not paying for this unboxing, nor are they reviewing or approving it before it gets uploaded. And the big deal here with the version 3 camera is that it costs the same as the prior edition, but it is now waterproof. And you'll see here that it says it's indoor and outdoor. And this might be confusing because Wyze also has an outdoor camera. That outdoor-only camera is battery-powered. This one is not. This one has to be plugged into USB power all the time. But if you can work out some way to get power out to your outdoor area, this is weatherproof and will do better outside than their version 2 cameras did. There's a little guide here for getting set up with stuff, and then we'll pop the camera out. It looks a little bigger than it does in the picture, doesn't it? Not that that really matters. And here we go. The camera does have a little film over the lens here, which we will satisfyingly peel off. And there you go. So like the version 2 camera, it's got a nice little stand here. Pretty cool. And you can also mount these on a wall or something. There's a little mount here. It's got a nice rubber foot here at the bottom. So you do have to get it balanced correctly. And you can turn it if you want. This is not one of these pan-tilt cameras. They do have a pan-tilt camera that will do this with a motor that you can control remotely. But this one is strictly a manual placement. It does support two-way audio. It's got night vision, so you can see in the dark with it. We're going to test all of that for the full review that I'll be working on over the next couple of days. This is the power cable. Remember, this is USB, so you've got a micro USB connector here on the other side, and it's got a nice gaskety kind of plug insert here. So you'll probably want to keep the water out of this part here, even with a plug connected, but it does look like it's pretty well gasketed here in the back, and we'll see what else is in the box and how everything connects up. So this is the USB power cable. You would probably want to go with a longer cable if you have to run this inside, but it's flat, so you might be able to put it in through a window or something if you don't want to drill a hole in your house. And this cable connects up in a way that seals up pretty nicely around this gasket, but other cables may not. So I think you just want to get a good seal when you do connect something here to keep the water out of that connection there. So that's the cable. And we got a couple of other things in here. So they have a little mounting thing here for putting it on a wall or something. You got some sticky stuff here as well for sticking it to the wall. I think this is magnetic actually. So it might stick to the bottom. Yeah, it sticks to the, so this is a magnetic mount. So you could mount this on the wall somewhere and have it just stick to that. And the sticky stuff here could mount the magnet to the surface that you want to go on there. And then the power adapter is here. And you've got some mounting screws here as well. Now the power adapter is a 5-volt 1-amp adapter. So you don't need all that much amperage here. It's just standard USB 5 volts 1 amp. To get power out to the camera. So you could maybe work with a solar panel battery kind of concept also if you've got that ability. The power adapter though is not outdoor rated. This is an indoor power adapter. So you got to get that USB cable running from inside to outside if you're going to use this particular power adapter. Although I imagine you could probably find an outdoor rated USB power adapter somewhere to do all of that. Now, like the prior generation cameras, this does support SD cards. They sent me one of their micro SD cards here, but you can pretty much use any brand. There are long endurance cards that might be a better fit for these, especially if you're going to be recording continuously. But the SD card will work no matter which one you choose. And you can stick that one in the SD card slot here. And this is pretty well gasketed. It's hard to get it open, but you can get that card in there once you get that gasket open. Believe me, it's there. We'll get that in for the full review. So you've got the SD card option. Again, it is weatherproof. One thing it does not appear to support, though, are the Wyze sensors. Those are their little contact sensors and the motion sensor that they offer, because those have a module that connects to the back of the version 2 and their pan cam, and there doesn't appear to be a USB port for those sensor modules with the version 3. So if you do want to get into the Wyze sensors, you would need one of those other cams to make it work. This one does not have a secondary USB port for that sensor controller. All right, so let's take a look now and see how we can set up this camera. We're going to go right through the setup process and see what it takes, so let's do that now. All right, so we've got the camera now plugged in. We've got a red light blinking here, which is not a bad thing. That means it's ready to get set up. I'm going to click the plus button here on the app, and this is the Wyze app. I'm going to go to Add Device. We're going to go to Cameras, and then to Wyze Cam V3. And we've already plugged it in, so we're going to click on Next here. And there's a button, whoops, underneath the device here, a little setup button. We're going to push that once.
Ready to connect.
And we heard Ready to Connect. We're going to click Next. And then it's asking me for my Wi-Fi network. Now at my house, I have 2 different Wi-Fi networks, and I want this one to go on a different network than what my phone is on. So I'm going to now type in the Wi-Fi network that I want it to connect to here, along with the Wi-Fi password. And once that is done, we can get this thing on the network. So let me type that password in, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got that network name spelled out. You got to make sure you've got it exactly as it is on your network, which I think I now have, and I've got my password typed in. I'm going to click on Next, and what it's going to do now is give me a barcode, and what I'm going to do with this barcode is point it at the camera, and it should see that and beep, and now it's going to basically connect up to that Wi-Fi network based on the information that got passed through the barcode here. And we're just going to wait on that for a second.
Setup completed.
And that's it. And I can click on I heard setup completed. And now we're good to go. I'm just going to call this, maybe we'll call this living room camera, just for the heck of it right now. And I think we're ready to go. And we're already getting playback. And you can hear it looping my voice back. There is a firmware update, so we're going to do that update. Let me just turn the volume off on my phone here. So we're going to do that firmware update, and we're pretty much good to go. So what I'm going to do now is get this thing updated, and now I'm going to start working on my review. And in a few days, we're going to have a full review of this camera and all of its capabilities coming up on the channel, so you can get a good idea as to what you can do with this very low-priced security camera. That's going to do it for now. Until next time, this is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, Tom Albrecht, Mark Bollinger, Sergio Morales, Mark Dell, Jim Gallagher, and Stephen Sue. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.